So I'm just, trying to take the steering system out of this crawler because we're demoting it a bit more now. So this steering system is going to get on another job, which we'll come to in a few weeks perhaps. So I thought it would take about 30 seconds to remove, because if you watch the videos of the thieves doing it, they make really easy work. Not for the people having to fix it, mind. So I've got to remove this radio, but should have blown the cab out first as well. Of course we've got a few screens there, but nothing too serious. But the leads are buried at the back of the bulkhead there, under the mat, and I think they're all cable tied under there. So it's getting a bit of a problem, but I can't pull the mat out or get rid of this because it's bolted down. Because it's bolted down, I can't see how it is bolted down, if that makes any sense. So I've got bolts onto this plate, but it's rock solid. So, doesn't it it makes me appreciate integrated systems. It's never been particularly suited in this tractor. In fact, every year, if anything doesn't work, it's this one when we want it. In fact, it's not worked all spring. So I've got some oilseed rape going out. I need to declutter a bit. So this is a little hay bulb, nice simple little machine. However, our big straw swaths tore the rotors off the back. Where you can see there between the two rotors, there's a bit in the middle where the chassis joins, and that bit just let go. So it's very hard to move. So just keep moving about the yard whilst we get it welded up, but it's going to be a bit of a tricky job to weld up. We keep putting it out of the way, and it's always in the way, so we're going to put it out of the way again. Or again. And this is going to be good here until Dad wants to cut the grass. So I'm going to leave the straps on. So I finally got done jetting. On the last run, I thought I'd do one more. It would have been the last run. I was folding out and it popped this pipe off. It'd been leaking all day. Getting worse. I thought I'd just get one more done, but nah, it wouldn't let me. But isn't that great? Because normally that would go on the first day of the season. So, perfect. So I'm going to get it somehow taken off. It's somewhere in there. And get it repaired, ready for next time. It's bolts and done. Not as bad as it looked, actually. And there's that fiddly one in there. It's not a usual blowout point, really, but yeah, it's not even really high, well, not particularly high pressure, only it lifts that jib, which only weighs 200 kilo max, but hey-ho. So the pipe's in amongst this lot, so I'll just crack some of these off to get in there. Now the beauty of BSP fittings, they tend to be 17, 19 or 21 for the small stuff. So if you get one of those free spanners, you know you'll hit one. I'll move that other one out of the rear. That's a 22. Might take that one off. So I can get too easy now. There we go. That was simple. So just blown it's literally just gripped the rubber and just blown it out. The rubbers just gave up. So I'm in the grader shed, so Paul's going to finish this bucket lip, and he's just tacked on the main lip, the one with the threads in, to take the wear plate, and so he's just going to do a few beads of weld to dissipate heat, or, you know, not to overwhelm certain areas, and then he's going to come back, bolt the blade on, and finish the rest off. Yes, Paul was doing this yesterday. He's done a nice job of that. So the plan is to run this blade here for doing stone-based or levelling. Pop that off, and then we can use the good sharp blade and keep that good for ditching. We will probably, if I find some steel, replace these wear bars as well, because they should be 15mm, and it's certainly not now. Probably nearer 6, and they're all rippled as well, so that will make it pretty tip-top. So yeah, just I thought I'd show you. Paul's got this all finished off now. Second blade's bolted up with we went for a flush under-mounted hex bolt, so it's all smooth for the less resistance, so you know, less areas to snag and cause bunging. All nice and smooth. Yeah, pleased with that. We'll get it out tomorrow. So I'm in the P's, and this is actually a tram line. And they're really, really happy. They're just loving it. There was into just enough warmth to get going. Now the sun's coming out. The soil feels toasty. You know, you can sit on that and you'd be quite happy. And underneath, there's a lovely amount of moisture. It's not too wet. It's a nice amount of moisture. They're loving life. You can tell it's expensive season without saying it's expensive season. So Harry's just here power hilling this black organic field up. Nice and moist, the rows are standing quite well. Did a bit on Saturday as well, but the fence developed a problem with the brakes, so it's weeping too much oil, so Dan used that now. So this machine's about 15 years old now. It's been quite good really, it's had a middle gearbox. But yeah, this land, it'll soon flatten off. I mean, when you think that was done Saturday, look how that's flattened off. But with the moisture level as it is, it stands a good chance of the main part staying there. So Harry's really not delighted on this tractor. He wanted that fence, and he's pretty mortified at the minute. But it's a good tractor actually. It just looks a bit scabby, but it's only paint. Let's have a look, see how they're doing. They're not far coming through, look. They're just kind of... I just broke the tip off that one, but they're not far away. There they are. So they're only about, what, 2 days before they pop through. So yeah, it's quite important to get this pass done now while they're all soft and sensitive. But yeah, look at the weeds in here. This organic soil is a master of growing weeds. We have just nipped over the top with some glyphosate because it's thick with blackgrass, so it don't want any of that translocating. So I've got a few minutes. I'm just going to do a few jobs on this jetter. It'd be nice to get that out and done. So what we have here is one of the arms which the pipe feeds through. And it's got these lock bars. Every time you move or pack up, you have to use this bolt. However, well, there's two of these, one on each thing. Every time you fold it in, it mushrooms the end of the bolt off in there. And it makes it go more and more C's. I don't think they're 8.8 or 10.9 or whatever. I think it must be mild steel or mild bar. So they kind of seize up. So I'm just going to buff the end of the bolt off so I can get it out. Then I'll get some oil on and get oiled and greased up. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use a little die grinder with this little metal, I don't know what you call it really. Just spins at high speed and just dags away. And also it doesn't mind weld, so if you're ever struggling with getting rid of a weld when you've built something up, these things muller it. Where's my goggles? So I'm just going to grind it and turn it and take the end mushrooms off. Well, that was easy. I mean, you could do that with a file, but this is far easier. This is my oil can without a pump.
If it keeps doing this, I'll just have to modify a bolt to fit. That's better. Good stuff.